Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans, I'm Keith the One Shot, and this is my dramatic reading series, and today, we will be covering Justice League 33, Bats Out of Hell Part 4 from DC Comics. We start this story off seeing Flash, Aquaman, Hal Jordan, and Wonder Woman, all tied up by the Murder Machine's wires. Then we hear the Batman Who Laughs saying,
"When I first joined the Justice League, I felt intimidated. I was just a man in black, with toys and training, surrounded by gods. But with each adventure we shared, I saw their flaws, and one day it hit me. Their powers were no different than the ones the criminals used on me in the streets of Gotham. And finally I realized the Justice League are a superstitious and cowardly lot."
We then see the Nightmare Batman, bringing the Justice League to Challenger's Mountain, where we see the Teen Titans and the Suicide Squad, all tied up to the Anti-Monitor's machine. We then hear Cyborg narrate, "I've never heard Batman laugh before, and even though I know this isn't my Bruce, it's terrifying to hear, laughing at the Justice League's losses, as he floods my mother box with energy from the dark multiverse he crawled out of. He said he wants to extract something called Element X from inside of me. To get it, he's rushing me with visions of all the ways I could lose. My nightmares, over and over again. It's like some twisted version of when I would study game tape to see why we lost. But this isn't a game, and we sure as hell can't win. There's no way I can get my team back together now. We've lost it all. The pain is unrelenting. I'd do anything for it to stop." We then hear Cyborg's mother box saying, "Ping! You are ready, Victor. You and I have been connected for a long time, Victor Stone, and it appears you are ready to access your true programming." Then Cyborg replies, "You're my mother box? This is all inside my head?" Then the mother box tells him, "That is correct. And at my heart is Element X, the purest, brightest metal in the cosmos, from the world forge itself, teeming with possibilities. If you allow yourself to become one with me, it can be yours." Then Cyborg replies, "Why me?" Then the mother box says, "All who have connected to a mother box in the past have achieved their perfect form, and yet you have always resisted. You are a glitch in the universe, but it is finally time." Then Cyborg says, "Wait, there are others like me?" Then the mother box tells him, "Many." Then Cyborg says, "Damn, what would happen if I were to give in?" Then the mother box says, "I will delete your original programming from before you bonded with the mother box and take over to defeat the Dark Knights." Then Cyborg says, "Original programming? You're talking about me. You'd erase me to win?" Then the mother box says, "You are not necessary. The multiverse does not need you to save it. You know this. Let me show you what's at stake." Ping! The mother box then shows Cyborg the many Earths in the multiverse, each with their own Justice League. Then the mother box says, 52 glittering universes, with countless life forms. Theirs is the true power of the mother box, and if you don't allow yourself to be plugged into it, they will all be lost. Give up your pain, Cyborg. All your doubts, your losses, they will be gone. You will give yourself up and become one with the multiverse, all in service of stopping Barbados and his Dark Knights." Then Cyborg says, "I can see it." Then the mother box says, "Yes, this is your destiny. No more failures, only victory." Then Cyborg says, "I've fought this fight for so long. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's time." Then a voice says, "Victor, no. Victor, you can't." Then Cyborg says, "Who's there, mother box?" Then the voice says, "No, but listen to me. We don't have much time. My connection to you won't last long. You can't give up, Victor. I've been watching you. You used to feed off your failures. Build from them." Then Cyborg says, "Watching me? Who are you? Why should I trust you? I don't... I just want to save my team." Then the voice says, "Please, I've seen what's truly inside you. The Dark Knights only want you because of the mother box. But that's not what makes you special. You're special because of your heart. The part I admire, Victor. Believe me, I'm your friend." Then the mother box says, "I am your destiny, Cyborg. Be victorious." Then Cyborg says, "It's not about me. It's about the Justice League. If I can save them as Cyborg, if I can beat the Dark Knights, then maybe Victor Stone needs to take one for the team." Then the voice says, "No, I'm here with you. You don't have to fight alone." Then Cyborg says, "Ping!" Then the voice shouts, "Victor!" Then Cyborg says, "Ping!" as his eyes start to glow. We then go back to Challenger's Mountain, where the Alfred AI tells the Justice League, "Follow me! This way, sir! Follow me! This way, sir!" Then the Batman Who Laughs says, "Strap them to the tuning fork with the others. Our descent into the dark multiverse will be a bit bumpy." Then the Alfred AI says, "Follow me, this." Then the Alfred AI cuts out. Then the Batman Who Laughs shouts,
Murder Machine, what's happening to the Alfred Protocol?
Then the Murder Machine replies,
Something is interfering with my connection.
Then the Batman Who Laughs says,
I knew we should have picked the Batman who merged with Lex Luthor. What do you mean, your connection?
Then suddenly, we hear Cyborg say, "He means you finally made a mistake. You all did. You always do with me." Then a boom tube opens up, and we hear Cyborg say, "You wanted my Element X, so you showed me my failures on loop. Motherbox wanted to erase me, so it told me the universe didn't need me. You all tried to win by telling me I'd already lost, but you forgot one thing. I may be wires and metal on the outside, but deep down, I'll always be a victor. So now you gotta deal with Cyborg 1 million, baby!" We then see Cyborg, fully restored and surrounded by powerful energy, as he stands confident in himself. He says, "And I need my team." Then suddenly, the wires that tied the Justice League start to erase, freeing the members of the team. Then the Merciless shouts,
Cyborg is using his Motherbox connection to Element X to draw power directly through the multiverse.
Then the Batman Who Laughs says,
So what? We ripped your body to pieces before, Cyborg. We'll do it again.
Then the Flash says, "You ambushed Cyborg when he was alone." Then Hal Jordan says, "Just like you tried to do with us, but now you have to deal with the Justice League." We then hear music start to play as the Batman Who Laughs shouts,
What is that music?
Then Cyborg tells him, "I'm blasting my theme song through my speakers. I play it whenever I wanted to get the team pumped up, when the ball was on the 1-yard line. Hike!" Then, an all-out war breaks out between the Justice League and the Dark Knights, as the Batman Who Laughs shouts,
On each of our worlds, it only took one Batman to kill the Justice League. You don't stand a chance against the new Bat family.
We then see the Dawnbreaker attacking Cyborg, as the Dawnbreaker shouts,
Must be nice to have so many friends, Cyborg. I never had any. Can we all play a game in the dark together?
Then Cyborg shouts, "Pro tip, Dawnbreaker, having the right players on the field is great, but having a strong bench is key." We then see Mr. Terrific, Dr. Fate, and Deathstroke all manage to break free, as the Flash says, "Cyborg, man, you sure know how to make an entrance." Then Dr. Fate says, "And now, we must hasten an exit, or else we'll be trapped again." Then Cyborg says, "Wait, no, I can't leave yet. I have to find Raven." We then see Raven in a dark energy cage, as she says with her last bit of energy, "Is it you? Did you hear me? Please, the Batman Who Laughs. He wants my darkness. I almost let it out, but then I felt your strength. Felt how you fought to stay you. Tell me you didn't give in, because if you did, Victor, then I have no hope." Then Cyborg tells Raven, "You're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for, Raven. But let's get you out of here anyway, because clearly, you and I are stronger together." Then Cyborg frees Raven, and the two hug each other. Then Hal Jordan says, "Alright, are we done with the hugs here?" Then Aquaman shouts,
For once, I agree with Lantern.
Then Raven tells Cyborg, "Your team needs you. Go." Then Cyborg replies, "Stay close to us. My new multiverse upgrade showed me it was you talking to me, but it also showed me what these things really are. Ghosts of dying worlds. Barbados wanted to separate us, but instead, it brought us closer. And now, I can use the multiverse to connect us in new ways. And I'm gonna show you why these Batman chose to be monsters. We were wrong. They're not just Batman's fears. They're his regrets." We then see visions of all the Nightmare Batman's origins. Then Cyborg continues saying, "The Dark Knights are still Bruce, and Bruce can be defeated. Barbados promised your worlds back. If you help this one fall, is that it?" The Batman I know was smart enough to know that it's impossible to bring back what you lost. Then Hal Jordan says, "And Bruce, you really need to see a dentist." Then the Batman Who Laughs shouts,
You're telling me the Justice League wouldn't do anything to save your world? Perhaps it's time our master makes the sales pitch himself.
Then suddenly, Barbados flies in and screams,
All roads lead to darkness.
Then Cyborg opens up a boom tube and says, "Then we're taking a detour." Then the League teleports away. Then Barbados says to the Batman Who Laughs,
You told me you planned for every scenario. Cyborg's transformation brings an unknown into play.
Then the Batman Who Laughs tells his master,
These Justice Leaguers aren't all that different from the ones that I called friends. And as long as we still hold the Teen Titans and Task Force X captive, they'll be back.
We then see the Justice League exit the boom tube. Then Hal Jordan says, "Where are we?" Then the Flash tells him, "This is Hyper Time. It's a web of time streams, outside the multiverse. I've only raced along its borders, and never seen it from this angle. Cyborg, how did you?" Then Cyborg says, "The multiverse led us here, but we've only got a few moments before the Dark Knights begin their hunt for us. Ah!" Then Raven shouts, "Victor!" Then Cyborg holds his head and says, "I'm sorry, Raven. I'm still me, but I had to give in partially to the Mother Box in order to gain access to what we need. Now it's racing me for control. This new power is so strong, it's hard not to get lost in it." Then Raven tells Cyborg, "You won't. Barbados believed you'd see your losses and shut down, but being afraid to lose is normal. Learning from those losses is a very human act, and you've been doing that long before you became Cyborg. It's what Barbados didn't factor in when it took you." Then Hal Jordan says, "Hey Vic, you alright? You sure had those wannabe Batman spooked. Not bad for a test ride in the new you." Then Aquaman says, "They underestimated you, my friend." Then Wonder Woman says, "And they won't do it again. So let's use our time wisely. We must go back." Then Cyborg says, "Hang on, Wonder Woman. Before I became Cyborg, I loved being a player. But I see now it wasn't my true calling. I'm meant to be a coach. And good coaches always know when to ask for help." Then Raven says, "Me? Victor, I can't even." Then Cyborg tells Raven, "Yes, you can. And if we're gonna finish this, we need you. We're only at halftime, folks. Now that I'm plugged into the multiverse, I know we need Nth Metal more than ever. Because without it, Barbados is going to win. Flash, I need you and Raven to come with me." Then Flash replies by saying, "I'm all yours, buddy. What do you have in mind?" Then Cyborg says, "A Hail Mary pass. We're gonna hack the multiverse." Then Cyborg opens up several boom tubes, and we see Hal Jordan flying with Mr. Terrific in the Plastic Man egg. Wonder Woman making her way to the Rock of Eternity with Dr. Fate and Kendra Saunders. And Aquaman and Deathstroke riding seahorses underneath Atlantis. And Flash, Raven, and Cyborg flying through space. Then we hear the Batman Who Laughs telling Barbados,
Even on this world, the Justice League needs a Batman to help them find hope in the darkness, to know they can win. I'm glad I could be that Batman for them today. They really believe they have a chance. And now the Justice League are unknowingly spreading your darkness across the galaxy. Shouldn't they know by now? All roads lead back to Barbados."
And that ends today's story. Comic published by DC Comics. All rights, story art, and characters belong to DC Comics and their respective owners. Not me. This has been Justice League 33, Bats Out of Hell Part 4, and I'm your host, Keith One Shot. If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of my Comic Complete dramatic reading series, and support DC Comics by picking up a copy of the trades and single issue comics. Support your local comic book shop, take care, and have a great day. Goodbye!